Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to our 2017-18 Stanley Cup Finals replay in Strat-O-Matic hockey. We are here at T-Mobile Arena for Game 2 of this series between the Washington Capitals and the Vegas Golden Knights. I'll grab a die here to represent the series score. But currently, Vegas leads this series by a score of 1-0. We will be going over to Washington and Capital One Arena for Game 3 tomorrow night. The question is, are the Golden Knights going with the 2-0 series lead, or do the Capitals go over, or do we go back, or does Washington go back home with the series tied at 1? There's only one way to find out, and it would be helpful if I have a pen so I can make a note of the scores, so I will be right back for that. As I'm also using this series to explore Strat-O-Matic hockey, I'm also looking to figure out where I think I'm going to settle in with Strat hockey. My expectation right now is I'm not going to go above advanced, which is where we're going to be playing tonight. So Game 1 was using basic. Tonight's Game 2 will be using the advanced rules. As far as advanced, I'm going to add in more detailed face-offs, offensive and defensive levels. I've got the advanced action deck ready to go. We've got some extra passing details. Intimidation, pulling the goalie, assists. Well, we're not going to do injuries, but penalties will have some added considerations. So, if the fans are all set here at T-Mobile Arena, we'll have the festivities around the national anthem, all that fun stuff. But I think we are all set. We've got our first lines out. So let's jump into this one. Face-offs are even, so now we go get a split card and refer to that number. So we're even, which means our opening face-off will be going to the visitor's left defenseman. That will be Orpik with the puck to start the game. And we've got both teams on a 2-on-2. 2 offense, 2 forecheckers, and here we go. And it's going to be turned the other way, I think. So 2 forecheckers, 2 offense for visitors. Lose the puck, outside shot only for the right defenseman. That'll be Miller with an outside shot. Let's see what Miller can do with this one. That's an 8 on an outside shot. That's a rebound. That's a save with a possible rebound. Offensive left wing, if offense rating is 3 or more. Left wing is Smith. His offense is a 4, so he's going to have a rebound shot. That's a 2. That's a goalie rating on Holtby. He wants to avoid a 5, a 6, or a 10. Here's the rebound shot. That's a 7, and that'll be swallowed by Holtby for a face-off. Vegas getting an early flurry, but the Capitals are able to turn it back. Once again, an even face-off is going to be a 6, and that'll be going to the home right defenseman. So that will be over to Miller. Miller with the puck now. Both teams are in a 2-on-2. To home, that's going to be passing E, and that'll be an outside shot for the right wing. That'll be Smith. He will try to penetrate. ID Jester now joins us here at T-Mobile Arena. Smith is a 1-13 trying to penetrate. Does penetration change at all here? No, not in advanced. That's a 15. He won't penetrate. He'll lose that over to Wilson. Wilson with the puck now, and that will be opponent defense 8. So Smith on a defense 8 is going to take away the puck and have an outside shot only. Smith with the outside shot. That's an 11 on an outside shot. Save and over to the defensive right D. That'll be over to Carlson. Carlson with it here. 2 forecheckers. And that'll be opponent defense 7. So Schmidt with the defensive shot 7. He'll take away the puck but have an outside shot only. Let's see what Schmidt can do with this one. That's a 5 on an outside shot. Save it over the defensive right wing, right back to Wilson. Wilson with the puck. Opponent defense 2. So Smith defense 2. takes away the puck and has an inside shot. ILW, is that a pass over? Is that a possible pass? Let me just... The opponent's defense 2. Takes away the puck, has an inside shot. Probably trying to... Oh, intimidation for the left wing. Left wing could try to intimidate is probably what that is. Did I have 2? Oh, I think I used one of those. Okay. So that's the left wing. Ovechkin, who has a chance to intimidate. His intimidation is... Where's the intimidation rating? His penalty rating is a D. So 1 to 15, no penalty. Ovechkin will try to intimidate. That's a 5. Ovechkin will take the puck away. Ovechkin with it. And that will be passing E. That'll be an outside shot for the right wing. Over to Wilson. He is not going to try to penetrate. He'll take the outside shot. That's a 5. Save and over to the defensive right wing. Over to Smith. Smith with it now. And that's an opponent defense 8. Wilson. That's going to be a penalty. And Wilson will go off for, we'll call it hooking. That's our first penalty of the game. That's Tom Wilson. Hooking 2 minutes, first period. So he's off, and on the penalties, we'll be flipping over 3 cards for that, I believe. Let me just look for that. Power plays, except with 2 exceptions. Okay. So we flip over 3 action cards. 1, 2, 3. We'll have a forwards line change coming out of this power play. We'll draw a split card. 13. If 1 or more 4-rated defensive players, we have 2 4-rated defensive players. So that'll be a 13. On that, wow, we're going to have a lot of stuff here. So we have an outside shot for the left wing. That'll be over to Marchessault first. That's an outside shot. An 8 is a rebound shot, but that's ignored. Is a save on a rebound, but that's ignored on the power play. Next up, we'll have an outside shot for the center over to Carlson. That's an 11 on an outside shot. Save over to the defensive center. Again, ignored. Outside shot for any player. That will be... We'll give an outside shot to... Let's give it to Miller. A 7 on an outside shot is a save and over to the defensive center. Next up, we have an inside shot for the right wing. So that'll be Smith with an inside shot. That's a 12, and that's a goalie rating on Holtby. 5, 6, or a 10, it's in. That's a 4, and that would be a face-off, but we've got 1 more shot on this power play. Inside shot for any player. We'll give that inside shot to... We'll have Smith take another inside shot. That's a 7. That's a goalie rating on Holtby. 5, 6, or a 10. And 7. Save, and that's going to be a face-off. And that will be the end of the power play. So we do have a forwards line change that we need to get through. So let's deal with that before we get to our next face-off. Arena groans. Ugh. At a very first impression, it doesn't seem like advanced is going to be all that different from basic. But we'll see how I feel at the end of this series. Anyway, we've got our second lines out now. Exciting power play. Yeah, 2 big chances to score, but the Golden Knights couldn't put either one home. We've got another even face-off coming up. And that's a 7. and that will go to the home left wing. So that'll be over to Perron. Both teams are still on 2 forecheckers, 2-on-2, and here we go. Let's see. Lose puck, outside shot only for the left wing. So that'll be Vrana with an outside shot. 9, he'll lose that to the defensive left wing, right back to Perron. Perron with it. It's an inside shot for any player. We'll give that inside shot to... let's have Perron take it himself. Oshie can try to intimidate. His intimidation rating is a D. That's a 1 to 15. He will try to intimidate. That's an 11. Oshie will take the puck away. Oshie with it. And passing E. That'll be an outside shot for the center over to Backstrom. Backstrom will try to penetrate. He's a 1 to 13 to get in. Oop, that's not what I want. That's a 13. Backstrom will penetrate. He'll have an inside shot. That's a 5 on an inside shot. Save and over to the defensive right wing. Over to Neal. Neal with it. And that's opponent defense 11. Vrana, defense 11. And that's going to be a penalty. And Neal will go off for... Actually, penalty should be on the... Who would the penalty be on? Where the defending puck will take the puck away and attempt an outside shot. Drawn, refer to the... Okay, so either a penalty will occur or the defending player. So presumably, so Vrana, I think, is going to go off. So that'll be Jakub Vrana. He'll go off for, we'll call that one charging. Yeah, it was a defense 11 check. Which a defense 11. So it would be, okay, it would be on the, so it would be on whoever had the puck at the time. Okay. So it would be on Neal, which means I did the first penalty from that wrong. So that should have been the Knights player going off. Okay. So that's Jakub Vrana for Vegas. He'll go off for, we'll call that charging. And another first period penalty. We'll flip over 3 action cards, and we'll have a defensive line change after this power play. 2 and 3. Then we'll get a split rating for, the power play. That'll be a 19. If 3 or more 4-rated defense players, we only have 1. So less will be an outside shot for any player. Is checking that player to see if, so you think it is on Washington. So in that case, did I put that on? Hold on, how did I do that? Oh, I'm an idiot. I called it on Jakub Vrana, and he was on Vegas. So looks like I sent the right player, but I'm putting the wrong team on the power play. So Washington and Vegas should be on the power play. So as I was saying, the split rating is a 19, which means we're still checking for defense rated 4 players. 5-5-4, so we do have that, which means it'll be an outside shot for any player on the power play. We will give that to... We'll give that to Perron. See what he can do with an outside shot on the power play. That's a 6. That'll be a save over to the defensive center, which means that's a very uneventful power play for Vegas. They can't put another one in, but we've got a defensive line change. Which card did I check the defense 11 on? I believe that check was coming off of Vrana's card, so Vrana would have had the penalty. Yeah, I checked it on Vrana, so Vrana came out of that with the penalty. Right D, left D. We'll get our defenses changed out. And we are all set to go with Backstrom now having the puck. Both teams are still 2-on-2. He'll lose that over to Aiken. Aiken with it. And that will be lose puck, outside shot only for the center. So Backstrom with an outside shot. That's an 8 on an outside shot. Save and a rebound chance. Let's see, that'll be offensive left D. So that'll be Orlov taking a rebound shot. That's an 8. Save and another rebound. Penalty was on Vrana. Okay, so I got that straight. Anyway, we got another rebound from Orlov's shot. Defensive center, so Aiken with the puck. Aiken with it, still on 2. Outside shot for any player after losing the puck. The Capitals will give that to... They'll give that to Oshie. Perron will try to intimidate. He's a penalty rating of a C. So a 1-12, no penalty. That's a 20, so Perron will go off on a penalty. Perron will go off for... Perron will go off for, we'll call that interference. So that's Washington's first opportunity on the power play. We'll do our forwards line change, and then the Knights will be without a left wing. Will be without a left wing for this power play. I'll also admit that I'm starting to look into the logistics of doing a full season playthrough in Strat, since I think this is probably the only simulator I would feel comfortable with doing a full season replay, and just because the game plays so fast, especially if I stick to basic. We'll flip over 3 action cards, 2 and 3. We'll get a split card of a 9 on the power play. If the left wing is a 4, there is no left wing. So that'll be an inside shot for the center and a rebound shot for the right wing. So Eller will have an inside shot. That's an 11, saving over to the defensive center. And then we have a rebound shot for the right wing. So Smith-Pelly has a rebound shot. That's a 6, and that's a goalie rating on Fleury. He wants to avoid a 5 or a 6. That's a 12. That's not a rating I've seen a lot of. So breakaways and penalties on goalie cards refers to the type of shot. So a rebound shot, I believe, would be considered. What would a rebound shot was from the inside? If the shot was from the inside or rebound breakaway columns. Losing some packets, it's getting choppy again. Oh, for Christ's sake. Oh, delightful. I don't really want to try to restart this again. Let me make sure. Hang on a second. Let me make sure I don't have anything else going on the desktop. So I'll be right back. Well, it doesn't look like I have anything going on. What in the world is going on here, though? Something's wrong with this connection. Let's see. Wow. Hold on, signal just looks like it dropped completely off a cliff here. Yikes. Oh, jeez. Well, it looks like it's moving up a little bit here. Okay, what happened here? Why is YouTube Studio not responding? Yeah, I'm probably gonna have a chat with Spectrum about that, but YouTube Studio is telling me I've got excellent connection though, which is a little bit annoying. So I may have to bump up my signal from Spectrum, but it seems like it's starting to settle down now. So sorry for the delay there, but hopefully we can get this. I'm probably have to do something with Spectrum. So test my internet speed. Let's see what I can do with that. All right, so bear with me for a second here. I'm just getting a check on that. All right. Well, while we wait for that to sort out, we do need to finish up with I think we had a rebound shot for Smith. Yeah, for Smith Pelly, which I don't think we were finished rolling that before I got sidetracked. So let's see what we can do with that. Oh wait, no, we were looking up what happened with the breakaway shot for Fleury. So presumably, yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. So that's what I was doing. I was looking up the in breakaway to figure out what happened with the shot on Fleury, but presumably, since it was I don't think we ever got that cleared up though, in terms of in breakaway. So I'm going to presume that was probably coming from the rebound column. So that'll be a save, and we'll call that a face-off. So that'll bring us to the left of Fleury for a face-off. Okay, we'll start so I've got a speed test going just to see if things are going to hammer out. So I guess I can't really call this a complete test on what I think of Strat hockey as far as the flow goes, because now I've lost a little bit of my time flow here, but I think it's probably fine. We'll just keep an eye on that while we continue with the stream. So we've got an even face-off. Yep, a 10 on an even face-off is going to go to the home right wing. So that'll be over to Tatar. And I apologize for the technical difficulties on this. I'm going to try to get this sorted out, but we'll keep things moving along. So over to Tatar. That'll be an opponent defense 2. Inside shot for the left wing. So took with a possible inside shot. Niskanen can try to intimidate. He's a penalty rating of a D. 1-15, no penalty. That's a 6. Niskanen will intimidate and take the puck away. Niskanen with it now, and he will have an outside shot only for any player. He'll give that outside shot to... he'll give it to Orlov. We'll see what Orlov can do with the outside shot. An 8 is probably not much. That'll be a save rebound. Rebound chance. Defensive center if the defensive rating is 3 or more. It is not. Otherwise, Eller will have a rebound shot. That's a 9. That's a goalie rating on Fleury. He wants to avoid a 5 or a 6. That's a 6, and score! Lars Eller puts the Capitals on the board, as from the looks of OBS, my stream appears to have settled down. Arena groans. Ugh. As Lars Eller puts the Capitals on the board first, here in Game 2. Let's see, so Eller gets the Capitals on the board first. Orlov will definitely end up with an assist on that one. The only stats I'm keeping here are goals and assists. So we'll give Orlov an assist, and then for the second assist, we'll draw a split card. Left defenseman already got an assist. Left wing, if his assist rating is a 4, it's not. Eller scored the goal. Right defenseman, if it's a 5, it's not. Right wing, and no. So we'll have only the 1 assist on the goal. That'll be Eller from Orlov late here in the first period. Washington leading by a score of 1-0. Let's see, stream's running smooth. Wondering if the neighbor might be turning on a microwave or something that keeps interfering with the Wi-Fi. I don't know, and I'm not going to go ask them to not run the microwave while I'm streaming, because I don't feel like being called an entitled prick. Just kind of how I would rather handle that, but it seems like things are running nice and smoothly here, so I think we can probably close out of that. And now the Capitals lead game 2 by a score of 1-0. So now we come back to center ice for the face-off. We've got a 12 on another even face-off, and that will be going to visitor any player. So we'll give that over to Connolly. Connolly with the puck, and he will have an inside shot for any player. We'll give that to... Actually, we'll have Connolly take that himself. Tatar will try to intimidate 1-15. There's no penalty. There will be a penalty. There's a delayed penalty on Tatar, but Connolly will take the inside shot. That's an 8. That's a save and a rebound. And I believe on a rebound, if the defending player fails to take away the puck, hold on. No penalty, then the prior split reading of... Okay, wait a second. I'm probably doing these penalties from intimidation all wrong. The opponent takes away the... After intimidation. And intimidation from the split deck may say opponent takes away the... I'm using the split rating at the top. There's a separate section for intimidation. I'm an idiot, so I have been doing intimidation plays wrong. Now that we know that... Now let's actually do an intimidation reading from the intimidation deck. Tatar will take the puck away. So never mind. Tatar with the puck. And that's an offense 2. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot only for the left wing. So over to Connolly with an outside shot. That'll be a 9 on an outside shot. Lose that to the defensive right wing, back to Tatar. Tatar will look at passing D, outside shot for the center. That's Howla. He will try to penetrate 1-13. He will get inside for an inside shot. That's a 5 on an inside shot. Save and over to the defensive left D, over to Orlov. Only a couple cards left in the period. Lose to the opponent, so that'll be lost over to Engeland. Engeland with the last play of the period. And he'll have an opponent defense 6. That's an outside shot for the left wing. So over to Tuck with an outside shot. That's a 7. Save, defensive center. Bang! That's the end of the first period. Washington leading game 2, 1-0 after 1. We'll get our lines changed. my dumbass is going to read up on intimidation so I can hopefully make that a little smoother presentation after I get my lines changed, and then we'll be all set for the start of the second period. I was using the split rating at the top of the card, but it looks like there's a separate section on the split card for intimidation. That was just me being a brainless dolt on that one. Of course, I also have to remember that this is my first time playing with advanced rules. So of course there's going to be a few hiccups. If the defending coach chooses to intimidate, draw a split card and refer to the intimidation section. If the intimidator's rating includes the intimidation on the split card, then they have successfully intimidated and now have control of the puck. If the intimidation rating is higher, the offensive player takes his inside shot. Attempt to increase the penalty. So it'll probably say on the intimidation card about a chance of a penalty. The intimidation reading from the split deck may say, yep, okay, opponent takes away the puck, possible penalty. Okay. Conflict Board Gaming now joins us here at T-Mobile Arena. It's been an interesting stream already. I had some technical difficulties, but it seems like I have them separated now. I have them sorted out now. I also was apparently being a clueless idiot on how intimidation works, but hopefully Jester can help me get that straight. Which may be another good reason for me to settle in at basic, because I just like how, so far I really like how basic flows. Keeps it nice and simple. I'm just shuffling up the split cards. And if you missed the intro of how everything got started, Conflict, Vegas leads this series by a game score of 1-0. They are trying to take control of this series. What did I do with the right wing for Washington? I didn't pull a real brain dead move and shuffle that in here, did I? No, I didn't. I put it to the side. Maybe wise to decline the chance to intimidate if the odds of penalty are high, and the odds of successful intimidation are low, or if a power play presents a larger threat than the immediate scoring chance. Okay, good to know. All right, we'll cut the split deck. Then we'll shuffle the advanced action cards. Fortunately, tomorrow night I'll be back to basic for game 3. So if I've been having some frustrations, you're a Pittsburgh fan, Steelers and Penguins. Well, I don't know if you were watching my 91 payoff pitch playoffs earlier this summer, but the Pirates did take the World Series in that one. And good teams, I don't really have a rooting interest in it on any sports, mainly because I don't follow anything in the modern day. I just don't like. I've talked about it before where I don't like a lot of the modern sports because I don't like the nonsense that goes with modern sports. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defensemen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, lovebirds, fight nice. You tease they are fair teams. And I think I might have this book site bookmarked already. Let me take a look. Yes. We'll go back. Okay, yeah. I do have this site bookmarked on my desktop. So, yeah. I'll be definitely looking at that site a little bit later. Am I playing a game? Starting a season league. So what I'm doing here, Conflict, I don't know if you were around for Game 1 last night, I'm doing a replay of the 2017-18 Stanley Cup Finals using Strat-O-Matic hockey, and I'm also exploring basic versus advanced to see where I think I'm going to settle in terms of what level of Strat hockey I think I'm going to settle in with. So far, I would say I'm having a rough go of advanced, whereas basic seems to be flowing a lot smoother for me. So we'll see how things end up settling in by the time this series replay is over. So I don't know if we're doing anything more with like a season replay yet on the channel, but that will remain to be seen. No, you're fine. I know I'm rambling on answering that question, but let's say we drop the puck to start the second period of play. So a 7 on another even face-off is going to go over to the home left wing. That will be over to Marchessault, and Marchessault, take it away. We're still on two offense and forecheckers, so that'll be an outside shot for any player. He'll give that over to Carlson, who will actually try to penetrate. 1 to 13, he will get in. That's a 19, he won't. He'll lose that over to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov. Okay, let me just double check, make sure penetration is a split rating. Actually, is there an advanced penetration chart here? There is. Blast it all. So it looks like advanced penetration accounts for penetration and the defensive rating. So I've been using basic penetration on that, but I guess there's an advanced penetration chart for 5-on-5. So I'm sure that's... So yeah, that's going to end up with... I never did figure out if that's a split rating, but I'm pretty sure it is a split rating on trying to penetrate. Correct on the penetration that it is a split rating, or it sounds like it is a split rating. Okay, so now that I'm not done, hopefully, well, I'm probably not done being an idiot on advanced, but we'll move on at any rate. Kuznetsov with the puck now, and that'll be opponent defense 3. So Carlson with the defense 3 takes away the puck. He'll have an inside shot. Left defenseman will try to intimidate. Orpik with a penalty rating of a D, trying to intimidate. That will be... Oh, okay, so 1 to 15, no penalty. He is going to not try to intimidate. So Carlson will take the inside shot. That's a 7. Save and over to the defensive left wing, over to Ovechkin. Ovechkin with it, and that'll be passing D. Inside shot for center, so Kuznetsov. Carlson will try to intimidate. He's a 1 to D rating. He's a 1 to 15. To try to intimidate. That's a 1. Carlson will take the puck away. Carlson with it, and that'll be lose puck. Outside shot only for the left defenseman. Orpik with an outside shot. That's a 7 on an outside shot. Lose to any defensive player. He'll lose that over to Marchessault. Marchessault with the puck. And that'll be opponent defense 9. Wilson on a defense 9. That's going to be a penalty. So Wilson, so now that we've established whoever's got the penalty check, Wilson will go off for hooking. For a 2-minute hooking penalty here in the second period, as Vegas is looking to tie the game. Oops. There we go. Okay. So now we'll flip over 3 cards, 3 action cards, and we'll get our power play rating. That's a 16 on the power play. If all 4 rated defense players, I'd be stunned if they are not. So, a 16 on the power play is, shorthanded team involved players defense rating. Okay, so 3 or less rated 4 defensive players, no shots. So a very uneventful power play for Vegas. And now we're back to a face-off. A 5 on the face-off. That'll be going to the home left defenseman. So that'll be over to Schmidt. Schmidt with the puck. And he'll lose the puck, outside shot only for the center. Kuznetsov with an outside shot. That's a 10. Save and over to the defensive right D. So over to Miller. Miller with it, lose the puck, outside shot only for the right defenseman. Carlson with an outside shot. That's an 8 on an outside shot. Save and a rebound. And that'll be the offensive left wing. So that'll be Ovechkin with the rebound shot. This could be bad for Vegas. 10 on a rebound shot is a goalie rating on Fleury. He wants to avoid a 5 or a 6. That's a 10. And Fleury will smother that one for a face-off. Stadium or arena cheers. Yay! And we have ourselves a forward line change. Phew! That was a flurry there for Washington as they're trying to extend this lead and get themselves some breathing room. They want this series tied going back to Capital One Arena back in D.C. Okay. This is actually a pretty good representation of hockey. Color me surprised. Yeah, you can definitely add me to being colored surprised as well. As Jester can tell you, Conflict, my relationship with tabletop hockey has not been the best in the world. I've played both APA and Inside the Crease, and of those two, I've liked Inside the Crease more. APA to me has just been a cumbersome mess, which is annoying because I like their baseball and their golf games, and I need to get the football game out again, even if that's a sprawling mess. Anyway, our face-off is a 16 on an even face-off. That'll go to the visiting right wing, so that'll be over to Oshie. Oshie with the puck, and let's draw from the right deck. Lose the puck, inside shot for any player. We'll give that inside shot to Neal, and Vrana is not going to try to intimidate, so an inside shot for Neal. That's a 6. That'll be a save and over to the defensive right D. Over to Carlson with it. Carlson with the puck. And that'll be an outside shot only for any player. He will give that outside shot to Backstrom. Backstrom with the outside shot. That's a 4. That'll be a save and over to Aiken. Aiken with the puck. And that'll be passing E. Lose the puck, outside shot for the right wing. Oshie with an outside shot. He will, 3-3. He will take the outside shot. That's a 1-8 to penetrate. So he'll take the outside shot. That's a 6. Save and over to the defensive lefty. That's over to Schmidt. Schmidt with it. And that's a possible breakaway for the left wing. So Perron is off to the races. Right wing is Oshie, and I believe on a breakaway like that, what would he try to do to try to stop the breakaway? Let's see. I know there's something they can do to try to stop the breakaway in advanced. Or at least I thought there was. Maybe that's a super advanced where there's actually a way for them to stop the breakaway. but I'm not finding anything here so far, so I'm not going to... let's see, breakaway. Nope, I don't think they can stop it, so it's a breakaway shot for Perron. That's a 4. That's a goalie rating on Holtby. He wants to avoid a 5, a 6, or a 10. That's an 8. Save made, and that'll go to either defenseman. So that'll go over to Orpik. Orpik with it now. And loose puck, outside shot only for the center. So Aiken with an outside shot. That's a 4. He'll lose that to the defensive right wing. So back to Oshie. And we'll have a defensive line change for both teams. And believe me, if I do any kind of season replay using Strat, I will be looking for some kind of holders for those, because doing this for 70 or 80 games, however many games of a replay I end up doing, that would be a nightmare. Oshie with the puck, though. He will look at opponent defense 8 and takes away the puck. Perron takes away the puck. He'll have an outside shot only. Let's see what he can do with this one. That's a 9. That's a save, and over to the defensive right wing. Right back to Oshie. Oshie with the puck. Opponent defense 9. And Oshie will once again take away the puck. He'll have an outside shot only. Perron with an outside shot. That's a 12. That'll be a save, and over to the defensive left D, over to Orlov. Orlov with it. Loses the puck. Outside shot only for the right D. That's Engelland with an outside shot. That's a 7. Save, and over to the defensive right wing. Back to Oshie. Oshie with the puck. Opponent defense 1. Opponent defense 1 takes away the puck. Perron with another outside shot. Perron with an 8 on an outside shot. Save and a rebound. Defense, any player. So that'll be over to Backstrom. Will take that one on the rebound. So he'll have control of it. Inside shot for any player. He'll give the inside shot to Vrana. Intimidation on the opponent. So Neil is going to be the intimidation player. That's a 1 to 15. He will try to intimidate. And opponent takes away the puck, but a possible penalty. So if it's a possible penalty like that, how do we check that? So he takes away the puck. So he takes away the puck, but it is a penalty. So Neil will go off for roughing. And the Capitals will go on the power play. Hopefully I did that right. You feel like you're listening to a radio broadcast. Well, it's probably not the best radio broadcast, as I'm kind of stumbling my way through this game. And honestly, at my initial expectation, we have a forwards line change, by the way, so while the whistle's blown, we'll get that changed. My expectation so far is that I'm probably going to be settling in at mostly beginner with a small smattering here and there, with a small smattering of advanced. What I think I can reasonably add into the game without complicating my life too much. Because I think I just like how basic flows so much better. So now we've got a power play coming up for the Capitals as they're still looking to make this into a 2-0 lead. So we'll draw for the power play. That'll be an 11 if the right wing is 3 or more, except there is no right wing, so we'll say it's 2 or less. Outside shot for the left defenseman first. That'll be Orlov with an outside shot. That's a 9 on an outside shot. That's a save. Next up, we'll have a outside shot for the left wing, so that'll be over to Connolly. That's a 7. What did we say? Outside shot. Another save over to the defensive right wing. And last up, we have an inside shot for the center. That's Eller. Eller with an inside shot. That's a 4, and that's a goalie rating on Fleury. He wants to avoid a 5 or a 6. My voice and customer association. I should apply for a radio show. Well, I appreciate the thought. Don't know what I'm going to do with that idea. After all, I work a full-time job, so there's probably not much I can do there. But let's see what we can do with Eller's inside shot. Actually, that's Fleury's goalie rating. So we've got an 8. That'll be a save, and that'll get smothered for a face-off. So the Capitals, whoops, I forgot to flip the 3 cards for the power play. So I'll borrow a line from Homer Simpson on that one. So there are 3 cards flipped, and Vegas dodges another bullet. Let's see what we get with our face-off. That's a 17 on a split. On an even face-off, that'll go to the visiting left D. So that's over to Orlov. Orlov with the puck. And that's passing F for Orlov. That'll be an outside shot for the center over to Eller. Eller will take the outside shot. He's not going to try to penetrate. That's a 4 on an outside shot. Save and over to Theodore. Theodore with it. Opponent defense 3. So Niskanen 3. Takes away the puck. Has an inside shot. Engelland will try to intimidate. He is a 1 to 15. He will try to intimidate. That's an inside shot. He's going to pass on the intimidation. Niskanen will take the inside shot. That's a 4. He'll lose that over to Took. Took with the puck. And that's passing F. Outside shot for the center. So Howla with an outside shot. He will take the outside shot. Let's see, 9 on an outside shot. That's a goalie rating on Holtby. 5, 6, or a 10 are bad numbers if you're Holtby. That's a 2, and that's coming off the outside shot. Holtby will smother that one for a face-off. We have 4 cards left in the second period. And you're slowly learning what the board represents. Missed yesterday's video? Work. All good, Conflict. The video is always available on demand if you want to go watch it later on. Let's get our face-off up here. 15 on another even, I believe it's an even face-off. Yes. 15 on an even face-off is going to go over to the visiting left wing. So that's over to Connolly. Connolly with the puck. And opponent defense 7. Takes away the puck. Tatar takes away the puck. He'll have an outside shot only. Let's see what he can do with this one. That's a 3 on an outside shot. Save and over to Orlov. Orlov with it. Opponent defense 2. That'll be take away the puck. Has an inside shot. Eller will not try to intimidate. He'll let Engelland take the inside shot. That's a 5 on an inside shot. Save and over to Smith-Pelly. Smith-Pelly with it. Passing E. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot for Howla. Howla getting out to the outside. Here's the shot. That's a 10. That'll be a save and over to Orlov. Orlov with the last puck of the period. Opponent defense 9. And that will be Engelland taking away the puck. He has an outside shot only. Let's see what he can do with this one. A 9 is going to be a save and over to the left defenseman. Bang! Okay, that's probably one thing you'll tell me never to do if I apply for a radio job, I'm sure, Conflict, is never use that goalie horn. But after 2, score remains 1-0 in favor of the Capitals as we get ready for the third period of play. As we're getting the lines changed, I will plug that you think Orlov will get it. Well, we'll find out soon enough. But as we're setting up, I will mention that tomorrow night will be Game 3 of this series as we'll be shifting over to Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. The only question is, do we go over with a 1-1 series, or does Vegas manage to rally here in the third period and take a 2-0 series lead over to Washington? We will have to find out because we have another 30 cards to go before we get that answer. Had to make some hot chocolate, so back now. All good, Jester. Hopefully everything's going well on your front as well. I will take a drink from my Crystal Light, and then I've got to rebuild both the decks before we get into the third period of this game. Glad to hear you're getting into the game, Conflict. I'm actually starting to enjoy this, even if I'm still not completely sure how advanced is flowing for me. I mean, it seems like it's smoothed out, and like I mentioned, I think I was having more problems with the period with the stream flowing earlier than I have been having with the game. Hot chocolate is the bee's knees. If you look on my playlist of Mystical Munchies, I've done at least... Have I done one hot chocolate recipe, or have I done two? I know I've done at least one. I did one coming out of the official Halo cookbook. That was back in March, because that was right after I had the cold after baseball testing. You have some hockey holders coming. Should be here in another day or two. Makes line changes super fast. Jester, this is probably going to sound a little bit pretentious, but would you mind doing a video on Strat Hockey showing off those hockey card holders? I might want to pick them up, especially if I decide that the logistics are going to work for a season replay. Before I put that kind of money down, though, I want to make sure that they're going to work. And Conflict Board Gaming watches and follows Mystical Munchies. Glad to hear about that, because I really enjoy doing those Mystical Munchies videos. Lets me experiment a bit more than I normally would in the kitchen. Lets me try out some stuff that I never would have tried before. That's the split deck. Now we'll get the action deck shuffled up. And surprisingly enough, you do plan on doing some hockey once they come, and I will definitely be checking those out and asking questions. You're not a pro, but you know a lot. Well, good to know. Do you know if Dave's done any recent video? Do you know if Dave Gardner Jester has done any recent videos with those card holders? I may have to go seek him out as well for some stuff on those. If it's going to be like a one-off here or there that I'm going to do with Strat, then I probably am not going to bother with the expense of those card holders. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What I may be more likely to bother with is figuring out how I want to sleeve the advanced action and split deck cards. I'm thinking if I trim these down a little bit, I can probably get them into tarot sleeves. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. There's our action deck built up. Taking one more drink of my Crystal Light before we call an end to the second intermission of this game. Vegas has definitely had some good chances, but it is still very much anybody's game as we come into the third period of this game. So now the fans are back in their seats. You have an Excel file you made that has all the cards, so you run the game from your computer. Well, I could do that now that I have a laptop, now that I have my laptop that I'm streaming on, but I don't know, there's just something about the physical cards that I really like playing with. So I'm not sure I'd be wanting to run the game. Randomly draws a card each time. Good to know that's available as well. So, let's say we drop the puck and get into this third period of the game. I'm just making sure my scoreboard is all set. It is. So let's drop the puck on another even face-off. 2 is going to go to the home right defenseman on an even face-off, so that'll be over to Miller. Miller with the puck to start the third period. He'll lose the puck, outside shot only for Ovechkin. That's a dangerous enough thing to hear. Ovechkin with an outside shot. That's a 7, though. That'll be a save and right back over to Smith. Smith with it, and that'll be passing E. Outside shot for the center for Carlson. Carlson is a 4-4. He is not going to try to penetrate on a 1-9. So Carlson will take the outside shot. That's an 8. That's a save and a rebound. Defensive left wing if defense rating is 3 or more. Ovechkin's defense is a 3, so Ovechkin will have the puck. Ovechkin passing F is going to be an outside shot for Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov will take the outside shot. That's a 5. That'll be a save and over to Carlson. Carlson with it, and that's an opponent defense 3. That's an inside shot for the left wing, so that'll be an inside shot over to Marchessault. Right defenseman could try to intimidate. He will not try to intimidate. Actually, Marchessault has got a decent chance of a goalie rating on an inside shot. Or actually, who was trying to intimidate there? I think that was right defenseman. So Carlson would be trying to intimidate on a 1-15. Marchessault is going to take the inside shot. Carlson's not going to intimidate. That's an 8. That's a save and a rebound. Offensive right D if offense rating is 3 or more. Miller's is a 4, so he's got a rebound shot. That's a 10, and that's going to be a save and a face-off. It's a goalie rating plus, but we are, of course, at even strength, so that will be treated as a save and a face-off. As Holtby lets another rebound get loose, that's how he got in trouble in Game 1. As now we get ready for the face-off to the right of Holtby. That'll be a 17. That should be a win for Washington on an even face-off, and that will be. That will go over to Orpik. Orpik with the puck. Opponent defense 6. Miller defense 6. That'll be an outside shot for Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov with the outside shot. He's not going to try to penetrate. That's an 8 on an outside shot. That's a save and a rebound. Offensive right D if offensive rating 2 or more. Carlson's offense rating is a 4, so he's got a rebound. That's a 12 on a rebound. Save, and over to the defensive left defenseman, over to Schmidt. Schmidt with it, and that'll be lose the puck, outside shot only for Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov with another outside shot. That's a 6. That's a goalie rating on Fleury. 5 and 6 are bad numbers. That's an 11. That'll be a save, and that'll go over to, we'll give that to Miller. Miller with the puck, and he'll lose the puck, outside shot only for Carlson. Carlson with it, almost always intimidate if they have a rating of 8 or higher. Chance of a penalty doesn't outweigh the inside shot, unless it's a very poor scorer with an inside shot. Okay, good to know. Carlson with an outside shot on a 4. That'll be a save and over to Marchessault. Marchessault with it. And that'll be opponent defense 2. Inside shot for the center. So Carlson with an inside shot. Carlson will try to intimidate. He's a 1-15, I believe, trying to intimidate. That's a 14. Carlson will take the puck away. Carlson with an outside shot only for any player. That'll be an outside shot. That's only, so he'll give that over to Ovechkin. Ovechkin looking at the outside shot. That's a 5. That'll be a save and over to Marchessault. Marchessault with it. An outside shot only for any player. We'll give that over to Carlson for an outside shot. Let's see what he can do with this one. That's an 8. Save and a rebound. Uh-oh. Defensive left wing, Ovechkin with it, and that'll be just in time for a forwards line change. So the action will slow down a little bit here as we get both teams through their line changes. And now is the time where the PA announcer is probably plugging something for Vegas about hoping to get them back, about hoping that they don't need to come back for Game 5, but there will probably be something about ticket offers for Game 5. So yes, I will definitely not be a PA announcer. Anyway, we come back to Vrana with the puck now. Vrana passing F. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot for Aiken. Aiken will take the outside shot. He's not going to try to penetrate. That's an 8. Save and a rebound. Defensive left wing if defense rating 2 or more. That is Vrana. His defense rating is a 2, so he will take the puck. Vrana with it again. Opponent defense 8. And he'll Neil will take the puck away, have an outside shot only. That's a 7. That'll be a save and right back to Vrana. Vrana with it. Opponent defense 9. Neil will take that away, have another outside shot only. That's an 8. Save and a rebound. Offensive left wing if offense rating 3 or more. Perron's offense rating is a 3. He will have a rebound shot. That's a 9. That's a goalie rating on Holtby. 5, 6, or 10 are your bad numbers if you're a Capitals fan. And 4, save, and Holtby will smother that one for a face-off. Arena groans. Ugh. Vegas getting a flurry there, but they can't put it past Holtby, as Holtby is slamming the door shut. Here's our next face-off coming up. 10 on another even face-off. We'll be going to the home right wing. That'll be over to Neil. Neil with the puck. And that'll be opponent defense 4. That'll be an inside shot for Perron. And right defenseman Carlson will try to intimidate on a 1-15. That's a 14. Carlson will take the puck away. Carlson with it now. And he'll lose the puck. Outside shot only for Perron. Perron with an outside shot. That's a 6. That'll be a save over to the defensive center. We've got a defensive line change coming up. And I see my stream is starting to go nuts once again here. Delightful. All right, let me stop the stream again. Actually, I'll just keep an eye on it here. Looks like it's starting to settle down again, so I think we can keep this moving along. Backstrom with the puck now. Backstrom, opponent defense 7, Aiken 7. He'll take away the puck, have an outside shot only. Let's see what Aiken can do with the puck. That's an 11 on an outside shot. That'll be a save and any player. We'll give that to Oshie. Oshie with the puck. And that'll be an inside shot for any player. So we'll give the inside shot to Backstrom. Aiken will try to intimidate. He's a 1-15. That's a 2. Aiken will take the puck away. Aiken with it. Passing D. With an outside shot, he's not going to try to penetrate, so he'll just take the shot. It's an 11. Save and over to Vrana. Vrana with it. Opponent defense 2. Neil will take the puck away, have an outside. He will take the outside shot. That's a 10. Save and over to Oshie. Oshie with it. And he will look at passing E. That'll be an outside shot for Backstrom. Listening to this as I sticker Command and Colors Medieval Expansion. And it's just like a radio broadcast. Once again, thank you for the kind words. So that's an outside shot, I should say, for Backstrom. That's a 12. That's a goal on a 1-6 on a split. And score! Nicholas Backstrom will put the Capitals up by a score of 2-0. Arena groans. Ugh. Let's see, that was coming from TJ Oshie. We'll get an assist from a split card here in a second. Let's see, any player, if they have an assist rating of 8, nobody does. Backstrom scored, so he can't get the assist himself. Matt Niskanen will pick up the second assist on the goal. And it is now 2-0 in favor of the Capitals. We'll have a forwards line change just in time for the... Sure looks like we're going to be guaranteed at least a game 5 in this series. Would help if I make the changes on the right seams. Okay, as soon as I say it seemed like it was settling down, we're back in the yellow, and now the red again. Delightful. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to try to tell my neighbors to not run the microwave while I'm streaming, because again, don't feel like being an entitled prick. But I think it's probably... If worse comes to worse, I can always splice this... I can always probably splice these 3 parts and upload them all in... I can probably re-upload everything if I have to. But it seems like things are somewhat settling down here. So I'll have to have a chat with Spectrum about maybe... I'll have to see if I can bump up my speed a bit on the stream. But I think everything should be flowing mostly here. So now we're looking at another even face-off. Let's get a split card for that. A 5 on an even face-off is going to be going to the home left defenseman. So that'll be over to Theodore. Theodore with it. And he'll... Opponent defense 10. And that'll be a penalty on Niskanen. Niskanen will go off for roughing. Two minutes in the third period. And Vegas goes on a sorely needed power play. But we are running late into this game. So we'll flip over 3 cards for the power play. And we'll get a 19 on the split. If 3 or more 4-rated defensive players, we have none. That will be an outside shot for any player, then an inside shot for the right defenseman. So an outside shot will be going to... We'll give that to Theodore for an outside shot. That's an outside shot for Theodore is a 7. That's going to be a save. And then that'll be an inside shot for the right defenseman. So that'll be Engeland with an inside shot. That's an 8. That's a save and a rebound. Rebound continues play like normal as we come back to full strength. That'll be on the offensive left defenseman. So Theodore with a rebound shot. That's an 8 on a rebound. Save and another rebound. Defensive center gets it. Eller will get that one. And then we've got a handful of cards left. Vegas is probably going to pull their goalie pretty soon here for the extra attacker. Okay. Yes. Okay, so they refer to the power play section on that card. Okay, so we'll pull... So Marcia So will be our extra attacker. God damn it. Losing packets again. Blast it all. I don't really want to restart this again because I only have like a handful of cards left in the stream or left in the game. Looks like it's settling down here, which is really this is really irritating me that it's been this choppy for you guys. So, like I said, I may splice everything together and re-upload it, but we'll see what I think about that. Anyway, so we need to know if a goalie rating, consider it a goal. Team with the extra skater refers to the power play. And then whenever a team's using an extra skater, readings that go to any player go to the extra skater. Okay. So actually, we'll probably wait for... So Eller's got the puck right now. I think we'll wait for... Actually, was that a... That went to the defensive center. So I don't think we can pull Fleury yet. I think we'll wait for the Knights to take control of it, and then they'll pull Fleury for the extra attacker. So over to the visitor, passing D, lose the puck, outside shot for the right wing. So that'll be Tatar with an outside shot. That's a 10. That's a goalie rating on Holtby. 5, 6, and 10 are bad numbers if you're a Capitals fan. That's a 9. Save, and over to any forward. That'll go to Connolly. Connolly with it now, passing E. He'll lose the puck, outside shot for the left wing. Over to Took with an outside shot. That's a 5. Save, and over to Smith-Pelly. Actually, we are going to pull the goalie for the extra attacker. So that'll be Smith-Pelly. He'll lose it to the opponent. That's over to Took. And now we go to the power play section on the card. Outside shot only for the right wing. So Tatar, center will try to... Actually, outside shot only for the right wing. He'd be trying to penetrate against the center. He will not try to penetrate. So Tatar will take the outside shot. That's a 6. Save, and over to Smith-Pelly. Smith-Pelly with it now. And that'll be opponent defense 4. Inside shot for the left wing. Connolly with an inside shot. And trying to intimidate will be Engeland. He'll be a 1-15 trying to intimidate. That's an 8. Engeland will take the puck away. Last action card for the game. Passing D will be lose the puck. Outside shot for the center. So an outside shot for the center. That's a 7. And that'll be save over to any player. Over to Marchessault, but bang! That is the end of the game. The Washington Capitals managed to tie this series at 1 game apiece with a 2-0 win here in Game 2. So now indeed, tomorrow night will be Game 3 of the series as we shift over to Capital One Arena across the country with a tied series at a game apiece. And that will do it for this admittedly very messy playthrough of Strat-O-Matic hockey. Jester, you can probably tell me this, but which do you think I was fighting worse? Do you think I was fighting with the advanced rules, or do you think I was fighting with the stream tonight? We'll do a little bit of cleanup and kind of a wrap-up tonight while I clean up. But my initial inclination is I think I was fighting with the stream more than I was fighting with advanced hockey. Hopefully that won't end up in being a 3-part stream. And of course, YouTube Studio is still not responding. That's delightful. Maybe that's the problem I was having with that. And thanks for stopping in, Conflict. Hopefully you guys will join me for another busy day on the channel tomorrow. As this will definitely not be the first thing I'm doing on the channel tomorrow, because what I'm going to set up for as soon as I get this all torn down is my first stream of... Stream was worse, and I figured out the intimidation better, so that'll help going forward. Yeah, I think it will, and I think that's kind of what I was figuring, that I was fighting with the stream more than I was fighting with this. But as I mentioned, as we're cleaning up, that will do it for this playthrough of Strat-O-Matic hockey. Tomorrow night, again, will be Game 3 of this series as we shift over to T-Mobile Arena, as we shift over to Capital One Arena, tied at 1. I will also be shifting back down to Basic just to see how that goes again after stepping up to Advanced. Before we get there, though, we've got a lot more great stuff coming up on the channel. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll be paying a visit back to the Cactus Air Force as we spend some time playing Mag-23 Guadalcanal from Historic Wings. Then tomorrow, probably about mid-afternoon, I'm thinking, we'll be heading back into space as we play Astronauts by Indie Boards and Cards. Once again, my apologies on the technical difficulties with the stream, but hopefully you guys still had fun regardless, watching me, maybe watching and or listening to me sputter and curse with the stream a little bit, and or were entertained by the commentary. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone. The Washington Capitals even this series at a game apiece with a 2-0 victory here at T-Mobile Arena in Game 2. Once again, take care.